Welcome, people, to episode 3 of My Best Bits. In this episode, we would be going through my video in Poland. Poland is one of the most underrated countries in Europe. Poland is very, very, very um, popular for having a lot of touristic sites. There's a lot of places you can visit in Poland because Poland did experience a lot during the war. That's World War Two. Poland has a lot of good infrastructure as well. Um, Poland is actually very developed compared to what a lot of Westerners think. Um, I think Poland is one of the places I feel you should visit, and you should definitely put that on your list of countries to go to. Also, Poland has very good food. They have good dumplings. They have good alcohol as well. A lot of things made in Poland are actually very nice. Okay, enough talking. I'm going to keep quiet and let's go through this video and let me show you what I got up to in this trip. Hi guys, you won't believe where I am today. I'm in the beautiful city of Warsaw in Poland. I'm just going to take you around to see how Warsaw is. Hopefully we find a lot of interesting things. Let's go. Okay, so I arrived yesterday around 12ish in the afternoon, and what I did was I did a little walk around just to see how Warsaw is. And what I did notice is a lot of people in Warsaw are quite friendly, and they were quite supportive as well. So there were times whereby I was not too sure of where to go to, and I spoke to some locals and they helped me out. So that's really good. So hopefully today we find some friendly people, and I get to show you more about Warsaw. So as you can see, it's just like any other city across Europe. They have supermarkets as usual. What I did notice is in this local area where my hotel is, the restaurants are not that busy for some reason. I did have Chinese yesterday in the evening. I'll show you the restaurants I went to later on, and it was not busy at all. It was literally me and somebody else. Actually, me and some other lady and a friend that were there. So it was not that busy actually. So I don't know if it's just the area I'm staying in where it wasn't that busy. But today I'll take you, maybe not in this vlog, but another one. I'll take you to the actual center for you to have a feel of how the actual shopping center area is, and also talk you through some parts of Warsaw that are quite popular. I thought it would be very good to talk about the graffiti I saw in Poland. What I noticed is in Central Europe, there's a lot of graffiti. Some people might feel that the graffiti makes the area look bad, but I don't think it makes it look bad. I think it makes it look different and unique as well. Some people might beg to differ because they might think the more graffiti, you know, the worst the area is, but actually it wasn't like that in Warsaw at all. There were a lot of nice places and nice areas that had graffiti. Um, Also, I did notice that there were a lot of trams in the area as well. So public transport is quite good in Warsaw. So when you go to Warsaw, watch out for the trams as well, because it'll be very, very useful for you to use. Okay, let's keep watching. You have a lot of public areas where you can just sit and chill. For example, this is a seafood restaurant here, and they do have like a sitting area where you can sit and have lunch, for example. Um, they do have this in most major cities anyway, but I just like the setup here. It's totally different. Most places I've been to, the setup is not like this, but this is really good. It's just a good place to come out, chill out, you and your friends have a drink, and obviously make your way either back to work or back home. But yeah, it is really good. I'm not sure if this part is residential because they do have restaurants around there, but that building does look like a residential building. So you'd see a lot of similarities with what you can see in England, for example, especially in London as well. So it might be a mixture of offices, restaurants, and obviously residential. Because what tends to happen is below you'd have all the offices and the restaurants, then on top you'd have people living there. So yeah, so this is just how it looks. I'm just giving you a feeling of what I'm just giving you a feeling of what a suburban area is like in Warsaw. So I kept on exploring the city of Warsaw. Um, it's amazing how similar Central Europe and Western Europe are. I see why a lot of people say Europe in general is similar, though there are some variances. I wouldn't say they are altogether similar, but I would say yes, they are somewhat similar. Okay, so I found Warsaw to be very safe as well. That's what I noticed when I got there. There was a lot of police presence in the actual town. So when you go to the town center area, you would notice that there's a lot of armed police. So it was quite good to know that you're safe. Also, some people might not want to go to Poland because they might think Poland is a racist country because of the Western propaganda. Um, if you go to the gov.uk website, for example, um, they've put in something there about ethnic minorities should be careful because you might get more attention than necessary. And obviously, you don't want, unwanted attention, whatever the case may be. But I would say Poland was okay. If people stare at you or if people are looking at you for too long, it might just be that they're curious and they want to talk to you. No one even paid attention to me like that, to be honest. I kind of felt like a local, so I didn't have any of those issues. So I'm gonna take you shortly to the train station, the Wazawa train station. So Warsaw is called Wazawa in Polish. I'll take you to the train station where you could literally catch a train to various parts of Poland. and also you could catch a train, I think, to places like Czech Republic or neighboring countries. Okay, enough talking. So I did come to this part yesterday as well to kind of see how the shopping centre is. The shopping centre is really massive, and they've got all the same shops we have in London as well, so it's quite similar. And it was quite busy yesterday as well, so this whole road was packed up yesterday. Maybe it's the time as well, because like I said, I came in the afternoon and I was walking around in the evening and it was so packed. Like this whole road here was literally like jam-packed. So I spoke about traveling in a tram. So that's a tram, for example. So what would happen is, at the station there'll be a ticket machine that you can go to and obviously pay for the tram. So once you obviously pay, then you can make your way to your destination. And they're quite frequent as well, so you don't have to wait for that long to get them. So I'm going to try to obviously vlog in the shopping centre. I'm not sure if they will let me do that, but I'll try to, just to kind of give you a feel of how their shopping centre is. Anytime I try this in the UK, they tend to tell me to switch off the camera. The only place I was very lucky in was Leeds. When I went to Leeds, I went to their shopping centre and I was never told to switch off my camera. But I'm not sure of how they are. I'm not sure of how they view that in Poland. They might feel that it's not appropriate to record in the shopping centre, but I'll try that anyway. For me, I like to take risk, and I like to be nosy, and I like to find out what's happening everywhere. So I'm going to try to record in there anyway. If they tell me to switch off my camera, that's totally fine. I've not got any issues with that, but I'll try anyway. And the reason for that is it'll be good for you to kind of understand the sort of things you can see in their shopping centre. You would see that it's quite similar to what we have in London anyway, so it's not different. They do have Zara and the sort of shops you find in London anyway, so it's not a biggie per se, but it'll be good to kind of give you a view of how their shopping centre is. So that's Warsaw Central. When I came yesterday, it was so interesting, yeah? So I told the driver Warsaw, and he said, oh, Warsaw, I think he said Warsaw. And I was like, what's Warsaw? And he said, oh, Warsaw. And I was like, okay. So that's actually how the Polish pronounce it. They call it Warsaw. So Warsaw is literally Warsaw. So that's Warsaw Centralna. Apologies, yeah, I can't pronounce that properly. But that's Warsaw Central literally. So in Polish it's called Warsaw Centralna, which is Warsaw Central. So let's find out what they have there anyway. I've got a feeling that it might be the train station literally. It might just be where you get your train to other parts of Warsaw, and it might also include people traveling from other parts of Warsaw. Not other parts of Warsaw, sorry, other parts of Poland, because some people might travel from other parts into Warsaw. For example, a place like Krakow, they call it Krakow. So that's another thing, yeah. So they call Krakow, yeah. Even though spelling wise it ends with a W, they call it Krakow. Anyways, so that's Warsaw Central. So they've got a parking area obviously, and I suppose what happens is when you get here, then obviously you come out, you get a taxi, or if you ordered an Uber, you just wait for your Uber literally. So this is how Warsaw Central is. Yes, so I'm totally correct. So Warsaw Central is literally a train station. So I was totally correct. You can actually travel in Warsaw Central. You can actually travel to various places.
So you can travel to various places across Europe, as well as traveling to other parts of Poland. So for example, you can go to Berlin from here. I was actually thinking of going to Germany, but I'll see how my trip is. So I might actually catch a train from Warsaw Central to Germany either tomorrow or Monday. If that's not possible, I'll just go to Krakow and probably another part of Poland. But yeah, so you can go to Berlin. I'm not sure if you can actually see the departure thing from here, but they've got a train going to Berlin at 12:03. And also you can go to what's it called from here, Krakow from here as well. So far so good. No one has stopped me from recording, so that's good. Because another issue as well is some parts of London, if you record in the actual train station, they might tell you to stop recording. I'll just give you a feel of how the train station is. So if you come from other parts of Poland, or you come from Germany or other parts of Europe, obviously if you got the train from other parts of Europe into Warsaw, they have various facilities here. They've got an information center in the actual train station where you can ask for help. They also have a ticket counter, and I suppose that ticket counter you can obviously buy tickets to other parts you want to get to, and also you can buy a return ticket as well, because what tends to happen is some people travel in with a one-way ticket and they book a return when they get to Warsaw. So in terms of booking a ticket, they do have a ticket stand or ticket stands around. So this is literally where you buy your ticket. It's a really big station though, it's massive. So you come here, you buy your ticket and just make your way. So I might come here actually to find out how much it is to go to Krakow. And if I have time, like I said, I might decide to go to Germany for a day and go to Berlin for a day and see what I can get from there. So they also have a place to support the Ukrainians. Obviously, you know what happened in Ukraine a few months ago. So they have a support area here as well, which is really good. They tend to have that in many parts of Europe nowadays anyway. So when the Ukrainian people come here, they can ask for support and help. That's really good, I must say. I think what I like about Europe especially is they tend to look after their neighbors, yeah? So, for example, when the war happened in Ukraine, a lot of European countries came together and said, how do we support the Ukrainian people? And what they've done is they've set up a program whereby all the countries within Europe can actually take them in. Let's go upstairs and find out what they have there. So this is literally Warsaw Central for those that are joining halfway, because that tends to happen in some of my vlogs. Some people tend to skip to the middle part. So if you're skipping to the middle part, for example, so I'm just in Warsaw Central, Central Station, and the Central Station is where you can catch a train to either connect to other parts of connect to other parts of Poland, or obviously if Warsaw is your destination, you can get off here and obviously get tickets to other parts if you want. So I'm literally upstairs, and they have like a sitting area here. So this is very similar to Victoria Station, for example. In Victoria Station they have various sitting areas because a lot of the trains are quite long haul, so you have to obviously wait for a while, then catch your train to your destination. So they have a sitting area here upstairs where people can sit, and they've got like various restaurants around. So let me just show you where people are sitting literally. So there are literally people sitting around here waiting for their train to various places. For all you know, some people are going to another country, Like I said, you can connect to other places. Let me just check to see what other countries you can go to, if it's in English anyway, because sometimes they don't have an English subtitle here. So let me just check to see if they have a place where they write English. So no, I don't think there's any English here. Because what tends to happen is, they would say your destination in Polish, and they'll also say your destination in English. But I don't think they have that on this particular one. So, but I know you can go to other countries from here. Like I said, you can go to Berlin. So you can actually connect to other places. So yeah, so this is the sitting area. Like I said, I think that's it. I'm just going to make my way downstairs and show you other parts. So this is what it is to be in Warsaw. You know, they've got everything you need literally as a tourist. If you're here longer, so if you come here for like a week, you can really do a lot. You can do a lot here, so that's really good. Unfortunately, I'm not here for a week. I'm only here for 5 days. So I think for me 5 days is okay. I don't need to stay here any longer. I'll just do what I can within the 5 days I've got, and I'll see how much content I can create from there. Okay, so that's Warsaw Central. Let me make my way outside. Also, they have a stand here. Let's see what's on there. I suppose that's just a map of Warsaw Central to tell you what you can get. So the services are here. So these are the services you can get. Unfortunately, not everything is in English, but they do have a place you can go to if you want to rent a car. They do have an internet cafe. They do have a salon. They do have cafes and bakeries. So it's just similar to any part of, it's just similar to any part of Europe you go to. It's similar.
Okay, people. I hope you enjoyed me touring parts of the city of Warsaw. There's still more to come though, so don't think that's all of it. Okay, so let's explore the old town. Um, literally every city in Poland has an old town, I've noticed. I don't think there's any city of Poland I've visited that doesn't have an old town. Um, so Old Town Warsaw is a very, very interesting place to visit. They have a lot to see. Unfortunately, on this trip, I wasn't able to go deep into the old town, and a lot of my Polish subscribers were complaining, saying, "Oh, you never went deep into Old Town." Apologies, guys. I'm definitely going to go to Warsaw again, and I'm definitely going to ensure I go deep into the Old Town and give you exactly what you want. But I thought it would be good for everyone else to kind of, watch this video and just have a feeling of how the surrounding area of Old Town Warsaw is. It is a must visit area, basically. Um, I did have fun. I had a lot of Polish beer. Um, yeah, it was really good. Enough talking.
It's a mixture of old and new, literally. So I wouldn't really call it an old town, to me anyway, because I just don't feel that's the right thing to give it. I think it's much more modern compared to many old towns I've seen. Okay, so it's a windy Sunday evening in Old Town Warsaw, and as you can see, it's really busy. There's a lot of people around. you can really tell that a lot of the people here are not locals, they are literally tourists. And the reason why I say that as well is when I came in this afternoon, I could hear like different languages literally. So you can tell that a lot of tourists come here, and you can also tell that this place is set up for tourists as well, just because of the vibe literally. The thing I like about this place is there's actually a lot to do. So they have a lot of bars here, like countless bars, and they also have various restaurants as usual, as you get in any old town that you go to. They also have historical buildings around, and I think a lot of the government buildings are here as well. I'll take you to some anyway. It's all the way up there, so I'll take you there to kind of show you how it looks like. I mean, how their government buildings look like. But the whole area literally is made for tourists, and I think the prices as well reflect that it is set up for tourists. Also, one thing I've noticed about Warsaw as well is they tend to get a lot of neighboring countries come to visit. I don't know if those neighboring countries have some sort of history in Poland. For example, Germany has a lot of history as well in Poland. So I suppose they might have a lot of German tourists coming here. Same as is one other country that I know a lot of them are here, Azerbaijan. So there are a lot of people from Azerbaijan here, and also a lot of people from Georgia. So it might be that they have, who knows, it might be that they have some history here, and that's the reason why they come here. And also, the people from Azerbaijan and Georgia tend to speak Russian, yeah? So I suppose they will have a lot of people here that understand Russian, because if they have a lot of people that work here that speak Russian, there's a likelihood that there will be some population that obviously speak and understand Russian. So this is how the old town area looks. Also, if you come to Warsaw, you'd notice that they have a lot of Ukrainian flags. Obviously, people are supporting Ukraine at the moment due to the war. And they have a lot of bicycles around. Everywhere I go, I see bicycles. So it's a very metropolitan city. I keep saying this. You know, if you want to move around, you have various options. You know, you can never, ever run out of options. And that's why I like it here. Okay, so it's looking like it might rain. I'm just praying to God that it doesn't, because I'm not looking forward to obviously vlogging whilst it's raining. But let's just hope it's okay, unless I'll have to switch off my camera and continue later. Anyways, so like I said, Warsaw is very metropolitan, sorry. You know, they've got various options, you know, they've got things for everyone. And there's a lot of young tourists here as well. There's a young vibe here, so it's very good. Tomorrow I'll be going to Krakow. The Polish people call it, I call it Krakow, but they call it Krakow. So I'll be shooting off to Krakow tomorrow. My train is around 9:30 in the morning, so I hope to stay there for a while and kind of see how Krakow is, and come back later in the evening. So I should be getting back to Warsaw around 10ish tomorrow in the night. So let's see how that goes anyway. So we're still in Old Town, obviously. There's a lot going on here. And they have a lot of like statue here as well. There's a lot of statue. There's a lot. And I like these buildings. Like, they have a lot of old buildings as well as new buildings. It's all mixed up, which is quite different from all the old towns I've seen. Most of the old towns I see they tend to have just old buildings, you know, and it has an old vibe. But Warsaw Old Town, I would say, is a mixture of old and new, and I like that. I like that. So, should you visit Old Town Warsaw when you come around? I would say yes. Obviously, you'll be very silly if you don't come here. And the reason why I say that is, if you go to the main, like, Warsaw town center area, it's okay, you know, there's a lot to do there. It's got a nice shopping center. You could view the Palace of Culture. There's a lot going on there. However, it feels like the nightlife is here. I could tell that this place gets really packed at night. So I would say, if you want a good nightlife, I would say this area might be the best place to be. I can just tell, due to the number of places I've been to across the world, you can kind of tell when a place is going to be very busy. Also, in terms of price of drinks, I'm sure you know this already. So Eastern Europe has the best alcohol ever, yeah? So if you're a drinker, I suppose I recommend you come here. So the alcohol is really good here. The prices are really good. So if you compare the price of a Budweiser, for example, in London to what they sell here, obviously it's cheaper here, but you wouldn't come here and have Budweiser anyway, you'd have something else. But I've tried their local beer, and it's really, I mean their local beer, and it's really good. You know, it's quite strong. So I just had one 5 minutes ago. I just had a taste of it, obviously, and it was really good. It was really tasty. So I totally recommend you come here to obviously taste the local beer, and the prices are quite reasonable, really reasonable. I wish I live in Poland and I can make money from the UK. So I wish I could work here like in terms of working from home here and making that pounds and living here, because it's so cheap to live here. Obviously the locals might not say that, because it might be that they don't earn as much due to the currency. Obviously we all know the pounds is higher in value, so obviously that's to my advantage. But yeah, it's really cheap here.
Okay, so I kept on gallivanting because I was just looking for historical sites. I was looking to see the vibes in the area in general. The old town is so good though. I think it's one of them places where, you know, when it's like 7 in the evening, you can go there to have like good drinks, and also have a nice dinner as well. Like, it was so calm, and so good. Um, I was there from like, I think, because it was a Sunday that day, so I was there from like 2 o'clock till 8, because I left around 8ish, because I had dinner there all my days. The restaurant I went to there was really good actually. Um, I think most of the Polish restaurants are good. I don't think I ever went to one that was bad, to be totally honest. I think the one I went to was just around this area. Um, but yeah, Poland is a really amazing country. The hospitality as well is top notch. Okay, I'm going to show you the rest of the places I obviously explored. I might not show you the whole lot though. I'll show you some of it, so we can move on and explore other parts of Warsaw I went to.
You know, having drinks and talking to their friends. You know, there's no rush to do anything literally. So I think this is the place you want to be. So if you just want to come to Poland and chill,
I would say come to Old Town. Highly recommend it. So I think I'm going to stay here till late today. I mean, late tonight. Obviously it's Sunday, but it feels like it's Saturday here for some reason. Which is quite funny though, because some places on a Sunday is literally dead, but here it feels like it's Saturday for some reason, which is quite odd. So that's why I like this place. I really like Poland, I must say. I think I'm definitely going to come back here next year. I might come here for a week actually, because there are other places I want to see. Obviously, like I said earlier, I'm going to Krakow, but I want to come here and see other places. Like, you know, I just feel like there's a lot to see here. Okay, so we're still walking around. And also, Polish people have a nice vibe though. Like, if you speak to Polish people, like, they're literally chilled. Like, you know, like, they're not really like, how do I put it? They don't have like an aggressive vibe. Like, when they talk to you, they're literally like chilled out. And they're very, very nice in terms of if they see that you need something, they come to you and they ask you if you need any help, you know. So it's a good place. Yeah, so Poland is up there. So like I said in my previous videos as well, I've never been to I've never been to Eastern Europe, but I think I totally recommend Eastern Europe to people, because a lot of us tend to go to like Germany, France. You know, I've been to Paris like many times, but I don't think anyone thinks about Poland. I think my next country might be Lithuania or Latvia, and possibly Russia in the future. I know some people might be thinking, why the hell do you want to go to Russia? But I think it'll be good to go there just to kind of see it for yourself. Like, obviously you hear a lot of people saying a lot of things about Russia, which is okay, like, you know, that's your opinion, but to me anyway, I think it's always good to like check a country out to see how it is. And I think when you go there for yourself, then you can obviously make your own judgment. So this is another like touristy building. But the thing I like about Poland as well is everything seems very, very like natural. Like, what I mean by that is, if you go to Dubai, you can tell that they've done a lot of things for tourists. But here, like, all those buildings have been there for ages. Yeah, so it's not like they've come to do it up to make it look like that. It's literally been like that for a long time. So that's why I like it. Like, it's really original. Like, they've not tweaked it, you know, to kind of make tourists happy or anything. It's just like that anyway. So that's the reason why I like it. So Old Town is definitely a #1 place to be, I would say. Then obviously the Warsaw town center area. Also, people keep saying that there are certain parts of Poland that you need to check out. I'll think about those areas later. I think for now I'll stick to Warsaw and obviously Krakow. But obviously if I come here not tomorrow, if I come here next year, sorry, obviously I'll check out more places. But so far I'm loving Old Town. So you can see somebody singing there. That's what you normally get in places like this. So you would always have somebody singing and obviously asking for money. So it's not different from what you see in other countries. So it's similar literally. So I think Eastern Europe and Western Europe is quite similar. But I suppose the people are different. People are different. Yeah, so still in Old Town. Oh, let me see what's happening there. So can see people sitting around. Can see people sitting around that area.
what's happening here? Oh, there's nothing. It's just people hanging around. I thought there was something special going on here, but there's nothing special. I think people are just hanging around. Okay, so let me find another bit to go to. I feel like I've done this side, so let me see what's going on in other sides. Because this old town is quite big though, so if you're not careful, you won't be able to cover all the areas. So it's always good to walk around. And if you've been following me for a long time, you would notice that I like to obviously check out places that look quite strange or weird, because those are the places that normally have good things going on. So it's always good to kind of check places out, see what they have, and explore. That's what I did when I went to France the other day. So I was walking on the road and I literally saw a building and I thought that's a very strange building, and I went there and I realized that that's one of the best schools in France. So it's always good to explore and see what they have around.
Moving on, I'm sure you enjoyed Old Town Warsaw. Now I'm going to take you through the streets of Warsaw. This is the actual real streets. I thought it would be good to give people a feeling of what they can see on a normal day on the streets of Warsaw. It's okay showing touristy areas and touristy streets, but sometimes it'll be good to give you, or it'll be good for tourists to have an insight of how a normal street of Poland looks like. So in this part of the video, I did explore the town center area and surrounding areas as well. I did notice that it's quite similar to most European cities, actually, if not even better. It was quite safe. I found it very interesting as well, because the buildings were quite different as you walk around the area. Also, there was a lot of graffiti, and there were a lot of people actually that day as well. I think it was a Saturday, so there were a lot of people on the road. I think this particular video made me like Poland even more, because I just felt that Polish people are very, very calm and reserved. Like, a lot of the people I met whilst exploring the area were just cool, calm, collected, basically. Okay, let's explore the real streets of Poland, and let's see what I got up to.
Okay, it's a Saturday afternoon in Warsaw, and I'm just walking around the town centre area. I think there's an event going on today. There's a lot of people wearing costumes and queuing up to enter a building, but I'm not too sure of what the occasion is. But a lot of people are queuing up, and they seem to be dressed in fancy clothing, literally. Who knows what they are waiting for? So Warsaw is known as a bubbly city anyway. It's one of the major cities in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe anyway. I've never been to Eastern Europe before. This is my very, very first time in Eastern Europe, and I seem to be enjoying the vibes though. People are just too nice and very, very friendly and engaging, literally. They're very supportive as well, which is really good. That's what you need. Also, there are a lot of people out here drinking, you know, having lunch with their family and all that jazz. So it's good vibes all through. So the weather in Warsaw in September is okay, literally. It's not too cold and it's not warm either. So what I do recommend when you come here during September is to wear like a light jacket. I wouldn't advise you to wear a t-shirt though, or like a top. I would say wear a light jacket or a cardigan, unless you're going to get cold and you don't want to get cold on your holiday. So I recommend you you obviously wear something to keep you warm. In terms of transportation around the center area, they have a lot of scooters you could rent, and they also have a lot of bikes as well that you can actually rent. So that's an option. Also, you can walk around because most of the touristy sites are literally a walking distance. So you wouldn't have any issues getting to the place you want to go to. Also, I'm thinking of going to a place called Krakow. The Polish call it Krakow. I think I've said this in one of my earlier videos anyway. People are just telling me that it'll be good to go there just to kind of see the difference between Warsaw and Krakow, or Krakow. So it'll be good to go there. And also I just want to see what they have there in terms of like tourism, because some places tend to have more touristic activities compared to some. Even though it's the same country, the culture might be different. I suppose the culture is different anyway, because Krakow, I'm sure they have their own things that they do. The sort of people there would be different as well. They might even have an accent. They might have a Krakow accent, who knows. I'm not sure if they have accents around Poland anyway, but in most countries they do. So if you go to America, obviously the Southern Americans have an accent, and the people from the South, I mean not Southern American, the people from the South actually have an accent. The people that live in New York have a different accent. So I'm sure in Poland, people who live in Krakow might have a different accent. People who live in Warsaw might have a different accent, and people who live in other parts of Poland might have a different accent. Obviously I wouldn't know because I can't actually speak the language, although I'm trying to learn Polish. I did start learning a few weeks ago, just to understand the basics. It's quite easy to learn, to be honest. I did think that it will be difficult, but it's really easy. So what can you do in terms of activities? So it depends, but before you start off doing any activity, I suggest you have a good taste of the local food. They do have various local restaurants in the town center itself. I don't recommend you go to the shopping center because you wouldn't find any local Polish restaurant in the actual shopping center. But if you go to the town area, then yes, you would see some around. So as you can see, a lot of people are dressed up for the weather. And obviously you should know this by now. I mean, people that travel a lot should know this by now, that if you go to the eastern part of Europe and the northern part of Europe, it tends to be colder than the western part. So in London at the moment, I know it's raining, but I don't think it's this cold. I think it's still slightly warm. But here the weather is obviously cooler, which I like anyway, because I'm tired of hot weather, because it was really hot in London a few weeks ago, and yeah, it was soaking wet. I mean, I was soaking wet because it was really hot. But yeah, so before you start off looking around, I suggest you have some local delicacy, then obviously crack on and start your your tour of Warsaw. So I've seen a lot of the scooters around Warsaw, and they're really cool actually. So I keep saying it will be good to get one. Obviously I'm not looking to get one.
I'm not really good with things like scooters and bikes and things like that. I'm just the sort of guy that would rather walk or drive or get the train, but I'm not really, actually I can't even ride a bike. That's how bad it is. Imagine a grown man that can't ride a bike. But yeah, but I could drive though, so that's a plus, I suppose. But I really need to learn to ride a bike. I think it's a really good skill to have. Okay, so I kept on walking around, and I found a bus that is usually used by the locals in Warsaw. Um, when I got into the bus, I thought it was a commercial transport bus that people used to go around Warsaw. Later, I realized that it was actually a tourist bus that tourists normally use to explore Warsaw. And I knew that because a lot of my subscribers were commenting on my video when I was obviously exploring the bus. So what happened was, I'm gonna show you in a minute anyway. So what happened was, when I saw it, I spoke to the bus driver saying, I asked the bus driver if it's okay for me to explore the bus, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's fine." Um, and he obviously didn't tell me that it was a free bus for tourists, but thanks to my subscribers, they obviously informed me that it is not a free bus, which was quite interesting. It was not a commercial bus. It was a bus that tourists use to explore Warsaw. All right then, let me leave you to keep watching. I'm just going to walk around this
This area, just to kind of give you a feel of, how things go on a Saturday afternoon. So you can see this man drumming. So a bit of entertainment is always here for you if you want. Yeah, as you can see, it's really, really busy. Never a dull moment in Warsaw. Always really busy. So this is literally the real streets of Warsaw, yeah? So this is the raw and real streets of Warsaw. Basically, this is me just telling you how it is, not sugarcoating anything,
Also, they do have a yellow bus that you can take around Warsaw. I've not actually tried jumping on a bus, but I'll just show you now how one of their buses look like. So this is a bus that you can take in Warsaw. I think it's bus 100, and those are the stops it takes you to. So I think this area is Centrum, which means center, I suppose. So it takes you around the city. I'm not sure if they'll let me jump on it. Hi. Do you drive the bus?
Yes, I am the driver.
Is it okay if I walk around and show?
Yes, no problem.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to jump on the bus to show you how the bus in Poland looks like. Sorry. So, I suppose this is where you tap your pass and validate it, yeah? Because what tends to happen is when you buy your pass, you have to validate it, so you validate it on there. So it's quite spacious as well. You can tell that it's got a lot of space. So you saw me speaking to the driver earlier. I think he's just about to either change. So what tends to happen is they stop at a station and they change drivers, yeah? So he's either he's looking to change drivers or he's just taking a break talking to his mates. But I'm not too sure of exactly what he's doing. So you validate your ticket and you sit down. So that's where the driver sits, obviously. I like the retro look, the old look. Sometimes it's always good to leave your things old because it just looks much more attractive, because everything nowadays is too modern. So yeah, so that's how the bus in Warsaw looks like. And I'm sure they have various types of buses in other areas as well. So what tends to happen is if you go to some cities, their bus might be... Thanks again, yeah? Yeah. So if you go to some cities anyway, so their bus might be different. So they might have a red one, they might have a purple one, they might have a black one, although I've never seen a black bus before. But that's what tends to happen anyway. In every major city, they'll have like a certain color bus. Like in London, we have the red bus, yeah? So our bus is red, and that takes you around London. So yeah. So it's good to obviously see how their bus is, and I like the old school look. Like, it's very old, it looks like it's functioning properly. Maybe I might be opportuned to jump on it sometime before I go, but let's see anyway. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're still walking around the town center area. I could feel the lovely Eastern Europe wind. You know, is very nice and fresh. You know, a bit of fresh air every now and then is good. So I think that's the that's the Palace of Culture. I'll take you around the area later because I need to cross the road to actually get there. So as you can see, I'm on this road. So I've got to go to. So the way it works in Warsaw is you can't just cross the road. You have to ensure you go to the right place to cross the road, and that's why I like the city. It's very, very organized. Not to lie, I'm the one breaking the law, yeah. So I came here and I literally. So what happens is you have to wait for the light to be literally green to cross. I'll show you one of the crossings later. So you have to wait for the light to be green to cross. But I just literally crossed because there was no car coming, although the sign was saying red. But you know, as a Londoner, like, I'm thinking, why is everyone waiting? So I just crossed. But you shouldn't do that. You should actually wait for it to be green. So I'll cross the road in a minute now and obviously show you that building.
Yeah, so it's really difficult to cross the roads in Poland. Maybe not difficult, maybe is a bit challenging, I would say, because I'm used to just looking left and right and crossing if it's safe. But in Warsaw, and I think in Poland in general, jaywalking is not allowed. You have to obviously go to the relevant place to stand and wait for the traffic light to tell you it is good to go. So I learnt a lot from Poland actually, and this also shows you how organized and how you know, respectful people of Poland are to traffic laws. Because whilst I was looking to cross, people were literally waiting for the light to be green. And when I mean the light to be green, I mean the pedestrian light to be green before crossing the road. Also, I noticed that the infrastructure in Warsaw was really, really good. There were a lot of buildings that were obviously being maintained or being constructed again, because maybe they were looking to make them much more better than they were before. Um, Poland is an amazing country. Like I said earlier in the video, it is a must-go country. Sorry, You need to really go there. Also on this day, the weather was not too bad. I think I went to Poland around September when I shot this video. Anyway, um, it was around September, and the weather was okay actually. It wasn't freezing cold, and it wasn't hot as well. It was just moderate. But the funny thing is, there were certain days where the weather was okay enough for you to wear a t-shirt actually. Also, I went to Krakow, which was quite warm. Okay, let's go to the Palace of Culture, and let me show you what what I got up to in the Palace of Culture. So I suppose that's where the issue might be. Okay, so that's the Palace of Culture. So it's that big building there. So I'm going to go in to kind of show you what's in there, but I'm not going to go deep inside. I'll just go to the entrance bit for you to see what's there. So you can see it's quite busy. I'm sure there are a lot of tourists in there, which is quite expected anyway. That's the whole point of having that building in the first place. It should have tourists in it. It's lovely being a tourist, you know, like imagine you going to work every day, working really hard, and you take time off just to relax and kind of just to relax and kind of see how things are in your neighboring country, to see how things are even in your country as well, because you can actually take a staycation. So if you're Polish, for example, you might want to see certain things around your local area. Holiday doesn't necessarily mean you traveling abroad. You can actually have a staycation as well. You deserve it anyway if you work hard. So I'm just approaching the entrance. Hopefully they don't tell me to switch off my camera. I doubt it anyway. So far so good. They've not stopped me from recording anywhere, so they shouldn't stop me from recording here. Okay, so we're in the Palace of Culture building. So this is how it looks like. So that's the big building I just showed you earlier. So that's how it looks like when you first go in. Also they have a viewing area. So if you go all the way to the top, you can actually view the whole of Poland there. Not the whole of Poland, sorry, the whole of Warsaw there. But I'm sure you have to pay a fee. There's no way that's free. Although I'm not sure if the entrance is free, but I don't think the viewing area would be free anyway. It would be silly if it's free. Normally places like that requires a fee. Okay, so I think this is where they have the ticket prices. Let's see. Okay, so that's for viewing, the viewing terrace. So ticket price is 25. So PLN means Polish zloty. So it's 25 Polish zloty to obviously view the stay in the viewing terrace. They have a discounted price of 20 Polish zloty, and that's for children over the age of children over 3 years of age, okay, and also students under 26 years of age, pensioners, and person who are at least 65 year old. Okay, interesting. So they do have discounted prices for certain people, but I don't think they would discount my price anyway. I'm a grown man that has to pay, literally. Okay, so that's that in terms of payment. If you're saying you only pay for the viewing terrace, I'm not sure if they would charge me to go in. Should I try to be nosy to go in? Let me find that. Let me find that to entry. I think that might be the entry to the viewing terrace. So to enter on the viewing terrace,
your ticket. Hi. Is it free to obviously look around?
I don't know. Also,
Oh, you know, you're
checking
sorry,
back.
sorry. Apologies. Sorry, do you pay to look around, or you don't pay to look around?
Nie rozumiem.
Oh, you don't pay. So you know.
Ale ja nie rozumiem, po polsku rozumiem, nie rozumiem po angielsku.
Oh, you don't speak English. Oh yeah.
This is the spider. How to say it?
Yeah.
I don't know. There is a spider. There is an elevator for the 30th floor on the
On the
top.
terrace, yeah.
But,
Okay,
but
so
I think this is the pay. And
okay, this is non-pay.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
You see the line? I think it is pay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I just spoke to a man there earlier, but he doesn't speak English, so he didn't understand the word I was saying. He was just saying Polski, so I suppose what he's saying is all he speaks is Polish. But I could try finding out from somebody else. Okay, so they have people queuing up, so I suppose they're paying. Okay, I'm not going to bother anyway. It feels like trying to find out is just going to make things worse. And obviously, I can't find anyone that speaks English. So I'm just going to make my way out. I'll probably check on the internet on how you pay and how you don't pay if you don't have to pay. I just wanted to take you guys around to see how it looks, to show you how it looks, but if that's not possible now, then I'll come back later. But he was speaking Polish there. No, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, and I think he was a bit upset that I'm speaking English to him as well. Some people don't like it. They want you to speak the local language. Unfortunately, I can't speak Polski, so I'll work on that anyway. Okay, people, I'm going to have to end the Polish Warsaw video here. Bear in mind, this is going to be episode 3, part 1, Warsaw, because I also went to Krakow, I also went to Poznan, so there's still more videos to obviously show, and I also went to Wrocław. So in the next part, I'll be looking at probably Krakow, Wrocław, and Poznan. Hope you enjoyed this part of Poland. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. If you like my videos and you haven't liked any as of yet, please make sure you click on the like button, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.